Gonzalez now to add the extra point. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Jaguars getting set to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They give it to Ivory. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Off the play fake. Rush. Eluding the pressure right. Now and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team?
There goes Allen Hurns. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Hurns, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure. He's got a man. Complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And the lead will grow by 1 more. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes Blake Bortles now to lead his offense back out there. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end that time, Michael Rivera. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And that is incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So it'll be first down here after the run. From the gun, rush, flush to his right. And some room to roam now. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2nd and just 1. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw on 2nd down. Rush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. A final shot before break. Rush. Throw left side complete. That's Mills. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Browns opening drive. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and he'll make it out to the 34-yard line. Browns now later on the drive. Quick pass and completion is made here, and that goes as a 34-yard touchdown, as they take a 7-0 lead. Now 1st and 10. Lewis is going to cough up possession here. Following the forced fumble, completion will be made here to a wide-open man. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Browns have it at the 9. The catch is made after a quick pass, and it will be caught for the score. The Browns up now by 21. Northman's got a punt and away. Mills has got a chance for a return, and he'll take this all the way for the touchdown. The Browns in control. 1st and 10. The pass ends up being picked off. Jaguars defense gets off the field with the turnover. After the pick, offense comes out now. Bortles gonna find his mark, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. Jaguars down now by 20. Now 1st and 10. Mills is gonna make the catch deep downfield. It ends up working for a touchdown. Browns way out in front. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get you back up to Cleveland as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Able to slither by, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here is Blake Bortles as we focus in on him for our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white. Flag a little bit.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Everyone's got four down.
They start the second half with a run by Ivory. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
While that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently. That doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. On play action, it's Bortles. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Christian Kirksey, he's the one to get it, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Looking to throw on second down. Rush. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12. A big first down to get away from the end zone.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
Off play action. Rush. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Brad Nordman now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. A good return. There, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now a handoff here to his running back. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired. And
that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. The first carry for Matt Days. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you're
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Malik Jackson. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Caught out left side by Robinson. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
It's caught right side. It turns. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Again, it's Bortles. His throw incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, and it's third down. The Jaguars on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Now Bortles again. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the hook up here with Jalen Strong complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 23 yards on the play.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
the penalty. It's Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
Throwing now is Bortles. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Larry Ogunjobi in there to sack him. And that is 10 for him now on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
They'll give it up to Ivory. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Time running out here on the play clock. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing it. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. To throw his rush. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On 4th down. Rush. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Barry Church. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good rushing offense. The Browns are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Raiders team that wants to keep the running game in check.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A look now at the Oakland offense.
What I've always liked about Michael Crabtree has been one word: strength. Strength in route running, strength in body, strength of hands. If that ball gets near him, it's hard to get it away from him, hard to dislodge it. And I think that's why he's starting to have more and more success in the NFL. If he's even close to being open, he comes down with the football.
Now Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
On is the punter King to send it away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. So here comes the Browns offense with a long field ahead. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. Off the play fake. Rush. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Fresh set of downs here. Off play action. Rush. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. A good pickup there at 22. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Rush steps away. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And that'll bring up second down.
Here we go now.
To throw again. Rush. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
He's got his man on the crossing route. A good pickup there at 22.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Throwing again. Rush. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marquell Lee. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, here's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Six yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Myles Garrett in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
And he rifles one incomplete. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Operating from the gun. Rush. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Off play action. Rush. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Second down now after the incompletion. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Going to give this time to the tailback. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. Rush. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. To throw on third down. Rush. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Aldon Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They run the counter now on first down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
If it's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other, and yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for a loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case... definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rush, and his throw is incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now Rush. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Let's go.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss a one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 1st and 10, rush. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved him and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he gets it down to the 32. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing, and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
From the gun now on third down, Carr, and he finds Cook. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A Raiders first down, Carr hooking up with Cook.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it, despite all the extra contact and people around him.
Here's Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A minute 59 to go in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass. And
didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Now Carr connects it to Roberts, right side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
A first update now from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. Andy Dalton with 1 touchdown pass thus far. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Back to throw, rush, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. To throw again. Rush. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Here's Rush to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down. Rush flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And not much room there as he'll get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Throwing here, Rush, eluding the pressure right. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Escaping the pressure right, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Looking to throw. Rush. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Flush to his right, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And it'll be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A Raider first down, 17 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that... Able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Carr now on first down. Room to run past midfield. It's caught by Clive Walford. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Now Carr. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Josh Gordon as he heads back out there now. 2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan, they know that one guy might be featured more than the other. But all in all, these guys are looking for 100 or more yards in receiving. But the biggest thing, getting into the end zone. And how about him? He's gotten there twice in this game.
He has indeed.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Second down following the incompletion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So, boy, Derek Carr heads to the bench. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. A first throw for the backup Cook. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Let's go!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field.
Got him there. It's out of bounds. Incomplete. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. A swing pass caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in the center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to go for a big play down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And they will line up now for the two-point try. And before the conversion attempt, we'll get a timeout call by the offense. And that'll leave them with only one remaining in this second half. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Now here's Baldwin. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, just... any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2-2-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. And he can't get away from the pressure. Cook goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Cook, throwing on 3rd and long. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Facing this fourth-quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The play clock's running down. They'll set up a throw. And That's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
Touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
So that one will be accepted. Now on 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Cook throwing on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Seven yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
To throw is Cook. Operating from the gun. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
So the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Cook from the gun, he'll throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Second down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
The Browns on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Cleveland, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.